Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pastor Wiley Drake. I have the privilege to serve as the chairman of an organization called the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C. It is also my privilege to be able to be a part of the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C., but also to be a part of a historical event that was begun by our first president, George Washington. You see, on April the 30th, 1789, after he was inaugurated, gave his inaugural address, he walked the first Congress, the House and the Senate, from 26 Wall Street, there in the Federal Building, which was our capital at the time, walked them over to Broadway and walked up to 209 Broadway to a facility to hold the first Congressional Prayer Conference. The first Congressional Prayer Conference was called by George Washington, and it was held at 209 Broadway in New York at St. Paul's Chapel. That tradition has been going on, and it is my privilege to be the chairman of the Congressional Prayer Conference that was indeed started by none other than George Washington there on April the 30th, 1789. I mentioned those dates and the chapel for two reasons. Number one, on April the 30th, 2014, we will commemorate the 225th Congressional Prayer Conference of the United States. I will go to 26 Wall Street to the Federal Building. I will read George Washington's inaugural address, and then I will walk over to Broadway, 209 Broadway, to St. Paul's Chapel, and there we will hold the 225th commemorative Congressional Prayer Conference of the United States of America. I hope you will join me. I will walk from 26 Wall Street to 209 Broadway and carry out this anniversary 225th commemorative Congressional Prayer Conference of the United States of America. By the way, you may recognize St. Paul's Chapel. Even the secular media said when 9/11 occurred, there was great devastation, but there was, even according to the secular media, a miracle that transpired. The miracle that happened was St. Paul's Chapel didn't even have a broken window. It was preserved, they say, for some strange reason. We know it was because God wanted to preserve the Congressional Prayer Conference location that George Washington began April 30th, 1789. That chapel is still there. We will be there, the Lord willing, on April the 30th, 2014. I hope you'll join us. We will indeed make that walk that our first president and first leader of the Congressional Prayer Conference of our nation's capital, and we will lead there on that day. May God bless you. May God help you. If you'd like to call me, you can reach me on 714-865-8132, or you can email me, wiley@att.net.